Technologies, and this is Craig Barchers. We're a sustainable technologies company. We're not just a hemp company, but hemp is one of the big things that we're working on. So we got some of the things that we have. This briefcase is made out of hemp. We don't make this, but we're going to be a reseller for a lot of this stuff, and we hope to be the source for not just hemp plastic, but other sustainable sources of plastic. You can make plastic out of plant material. You don't have to buy oil and chemicals from other countries. We can do all the stuff right here. We can grow and manufacture the materials used for plastic. So I brought some of them with. So we're working on a 3D printer. This is hemp plastic that can be used on a 3D printer. So that's what we've been working on. This is the same plastic that can be used for injection molding. And our mold is almost done, and they will be testing it out tomorrow. One of the first things that we're working on, that we're coming out with, is a pen made out of hemp. And we're going for an executive kind of pen, the kind of pen that the president can use to change some of these silly laws. And that's what we started out doing. And we had a show in Colorado this past weekend, and it was only our second show ever. And I got an email this morning. This guy was from I can't think of the organization off the top of my head, but it was a Pennsylvania Hemp Activism Group. And he wants to get 6 of these to the governor to sign hemp legislation on Wednesday. So that was a pretty good email that I just got out of the blue. So this is what we're going for. We're going for something that, you know, this is not just a pen, it's social change. It's something that can be used to change history. And the way we're making it is also how we're trying to change history. We're trying to make things in the U.S. We're trying to grow and make things in the U.S. This is another form of hemp plastic. I'm just reselling these. I found them on eBay. It's like the herd just smashed together with a little bit of glue. Yeah, sure. Just a little example of what you do in a 3D printer. This car is made out of hemp, so hemp plastic. So, and the wheels move. It was just one print. Just an example of the kind of things that we can make. And U.S. flag made in a 3D printer and engraved on the back with our company logo. And the way we look at this is history repeating itself, because the U.S. flag is once again made with hemp in the U.S. In the U.S. So we're giving one free with every purchase, because we want to get hemp in the hands of as many different people as possible. Some other things we're experimenting with is dog tags. We hope to have our business cards on hemp plastic. It's going to be a different type of material and a different process. It won't be 3D printed. So we've got to work on some things. And another good thing that came out of the show this weekend is it was a NOCO Hemp Expo, Northern Colorado Hemp Expo. It's a pretty big show. A lot of the clothing manufacturers, they said that we're making clothes out of organic material, hemp, bamboo, cotton. I mean, not just hemp. But we're making stuff out of organic material, but then we have to use plastic buttons, or coconut, or wood, or there's some other alternatives. We need to be using hemp buttons on our hemp clothes. And there's a company that, I think they just finished their Kickstarter campaign called Hemp Blue, a blue jean manufacturer out of Los Angeles. And we like them a lot, because in addition to making things out of hemp, they have a social mission as well. They're trying to change things, and that's one of the things that we're trying to do. So buttons, I never thought I'd have a job making buttons, but
What did you do before this, Mark?
a lot of things, mostly military. I was an intel analyst for 8 years, and I got fired from my last job recently, probably because I was daydreaming about starting this business. But that's all right. It gave me I had been working on this for about 2 years, but that's what really gave me the kick in the pants to put everything together.
How does your products stand against heat? So like, say if I wanted you to make me a coffee cup, and it's something I can use over and over, how does it stand towards
So he's going to tell you something that's really cool. Build it in your house.
Oh, the Hempcrete project? Yeah, you can even build a house out of hemp. Okay. And we have a project on the house. It's unfinished, but hopefully we'll finish that soon. But temperature, really, I'm not a material scientist. The people that we get the plastic from, if we can tell them what the application is, we could say it's a button and it's going to go in the dryer, and it's gonna be 140 degrees, and it needs to withstand that. And they're the ones that would make a formula. In a situation like that, it won't be 100% bio, but it'll likely be 85%, which is great. It's 85% less oil.
Because, we have right now, everything is, going towards BPA-free, so
Yeah.
they're making, plastic bottles, and the latest thing was the cans that, our food come in, and that they were lined with BPA, so now they're going BPA-free. Is that something that, your hemp product can have food and water continuously in it for a long period of time?
Well, we want to make a coffee cup, so we're going to be working on that, and we're going to make it work. So the answer to your question is yes, it can be done. Yeah, cool. A couple real quick things about our company. We have a social mission as well. We don't want to just make things out of natural material. We want jobs to be in the U.S., and we want the people that got left behind, especially, to be the ones that have a chance. And so we're working with the Lighthouse for the Blind. Every pen that we send, instead of for the package, it's going to be packaged in a hand-sewn bag. So there's no paper, no plastic, no oil and chemicals to fill our landfill, just a plant material and good old-fashioned labor. And the Lighthouse for the Blind is going to be doing this. Disabled Workshop in Denton is going to be assembling the pen, and we're always looking for other opportunities to work with different veteran groups or homeless, any way to employ the homeless people. I would love to do that. If anybody has, if anybody has that kind of social working background, we'd love to talk to you. If you were interested in, trying to put something together. And the last thing I'll say is Women Grow. The reason we're here is because this is the entrepreneur group in DFW for cannabis. And,
In Texas,
yeah, in Texas. And we're not growing. And I don't think you have to be a woman. You don't have to grow, right?
You just have to grow.
And this is the place to come to connect with people.
Thank you.